Hi there friends, this is Grace and we're back on our video. So today I'm going to share with you a layout that I'm going to make for my daughter. So I'm also going to focus on ways that I use punches on my pages in my projects for this layout. So I'm going to use a circle punch, a scallop punch, corner rounder. I'm going to use mostly papers and stickers from Dear Lizzie line. I think this is the Neapolitan line. And here is some of the papers that I'm going to use. I'm also going to be using some fun vellums. And I'm going to use photo corners. I love adding photo corners to pictures. And then here are my pictures. So like I mentioned before, I like to print them. The smaller pictures, I like to print them in a 4x6 canvas. So when I printed these pictures off, it was like this, and then I just cut them out so that I can use all four. These are my pictures, and then this is my journaling that I printed out from the computer. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start by putting together my background. So as you can see, I have actually used this paper already, so it's not a full 12 by 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a piece of this brown chevron paper on the bottom. And what I love about this mat from Creative Memories is that it has that grid, and so when I place my papers within those boxes, within the line, then I know that I'm getting a true 12 by 12 size. So before I adhere this to this paper, I'm going to round the corners on the bottom. Rounding your corners just adds a little bit more interest in your page. And this corner rounder is, I believe, a large size from EK Success that I just got out at Michael's using a 40% coupon. So I'm going to adhere it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to also add some machine stitching on the bottom just so that I can connect the lines that I did, or the border that this paper has on the top with the bottom. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, so now I had glued this piece of paper onto my bigger paper with the frame on it, and then I also added some machine stitching all around. I had green thread in my sewing machine, so I just used that, and it kind of adds some dimension, and the color, the different color is great too, because these are all kind of muted colors. So I picked that. Now, because there's a space between this, I'm going to cover that up, and I'm going to choose some pattern paper to cover that up. I like to use a strip, and so I'm going to add that there, but I also wanted to play with the vellum that came with this kit, or with this collection. And so what I like to do with this is I like to add some more border within the border. Does that make sense? And I'm going to use a border punch. This is from Fiskars, and I just punch along the edge of the paper, and then I cut a piece of it and then do the other side. Now you have to remember that when you're kind of calculating where you cut your paper before you're gonna punch it, make sure that you add about 1/2 inch to what you want the size to be, because if you can see here, the border punch has about 1/2 inch from the edge. So if you were going to put the edge of your paper on the border punch, then you're going to have to think about that size. So I've done that already, and this is what I came up with. I really like the sheer part of the vellum, but I also like the dots. So they're fun. And then I'm just going to layer that strip of dark brown paper on top of that and then adhere it. So that is what my page is looking right now. And then, so after I adhere that, I'm going to put my pictures. Now, I want to put my focal point picture 4x6 size there, and then I'm going to put the other pictures on the other side. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I actually want to add my title right here in the middle, because I think it's cute, because usually you could see the titles in the bottom or on the top of the bottom, but not in the middle. So I just thought that I would do something different today. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have adhered the border and the pictures. I love the grid on the background because it's easy for me to place all my pictures and make sure that they're all lined up. And now I'm going to add the big focal point picture, but I'm going to use some photo corners for that. And these ones are just from Recollections, Michael's, and I think I used my 40% on this. Maybe not, but because probably they're not too expensive, but it's always great to make a list of the things that you want to buy as far as scrapbook supplies, and then wait for those coupons because they always have them. So that's the photo corners on there, and then I'm just going to add a little bit more adhesive on the back. And again, I'm going to use the grids to make sure that they're all lined up. And I'm trying to balance this out on that other side too. So there you have it. There are my pictures and the border. Next, I'm going to work on the title. So like I said earlier, I'm going to put the title in the middle, and I wanted to spell out sweetheart. So I have some stickers over here. This is Dear Lizzie again, and this has kind of a glittery sheen to it, which I really like because it's kind of like my daughter. She's sparkly and sassy. So I'm just going to spell the word sweet on here, and as you can see, it's going to be in the center. And I noticed when I was looking at this sheet that I don't have a big E, and so I'm just going to use a smaller E. And I'm fine with that. Sometimes it's good to make it a little bit different once in a while, and not don't put anything that's too expected on there, because then it adds some interest. Okay, so my title is Sweetheart, and as you can see, I put the sweet already in the middle. And then for the heart part of it, I really like to use this Polaroid paper from the same line, and so I cut 2 pieces already. I have this one that's kind of pink grid lines, and then I have another one that has a heart. I thought that was really cute. Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to layer this, so I'm going to use this pink grid line as a background, and then I'm going to use my 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch out a circle out of this paper. So I like to punch my papers on reverse so that I can see where that shape is gonna be at. And so there's my heart. Now I wanted another accent on there, and so as you can remember, I used I cut some die cuts from my scraps, my cardstock scraps, and so I'm going to use this one with the scallop holes, and it fits just perfectly behind that heart, and that is part of my title. Now I'm thinking I actually want to continue that the round cornered design, and so I'm going to round the corners of this. And this corner rounder is from Creative Memories. And then I'm just going to add that. I'm probably going to add this with some foam dots. Let's do that right now. So I'm going to add the heart to the scallop circle with some adhesive, and then I'm going to adhere the circle onto my pink grid with foam dots. So I'll have some dimension to there. It's not everything is flat. Oops. There. And then I'm going to adhere this onto the center of my layout. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the journaling. And I had printed my journaling on white cardstock. This is just simple words that reminds me of my daughter. I like how journaling can be as long or as short as you want it to be. And there are times when, you know, you have to tell the whole story about the pictures, but then there's also times when a short, maybe 3-sentence journaling is good enough. Now, I had printed this with about 1.5 line spacing because I wanted this to be journaling strips. So I'm just cutting them as strips. And I forgot what journaling font I used, but it's one that's just found in the Microsoft Word. So nothing fancy. Although I have to say that once in a while I get really obsessed with fonts and I download so many that I forgot that I've downloaded such and such. So, but this time I'm just going to use simple font. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this on the bottom, right there, and the beauty about strips is that it doesn't have to be all aligned. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim just a little bit of this top one because it's too wide compared to the rest of the strips. And then I'm also going to trim that one. And I could be really anal with the way I cut things, so I'm sorry about that. Because sometimes they're just not quite straight the way I want it to be. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere these strips of journaling on there. And then I also would like to add a little piece of maybe a collage of embellishments over here, and then another one that's going to be on top over here, just so I can balance things out. And I will be right back with that. Okay, so now we're back. As you can see, I've adhered the journaling on the bottom right here, and now I'm going to work on the fun stuff, which is to decorate my page. As I was looking at my sticker sheet, I have noticed that there's this really cute hearts border, and I think I'm going to add that on here. Now, as you can see, I already added the center piece on my border, so I'm going to have to cut this sticker sheet so that it will fit where I want it to go. And I don't have to pull out my frame or Polaroid that I had stuck in there. So what I did is I just cut them in half, and I'm just making sure that that's stuck on there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And then just discard the ones that I don't need. It's the beauty of the stickers is that they're very forgiving. So there you have it. Nobody will know that I didn't put anything underneath there, or that I had put this before I had decided to put the hearts in there. Alright, next I'm going to do is, this collection also has some really cute papers to cut out. It has this, and then it has, pulling it out so it's making it nice. This has all these numbers too. And so what I did was I cut some papers out of these pattern paper. And I cut the 5 because my daughter was 5 during this picture. And I would like to add that here. So, and then this one was a strip that I'm going to add right on top of the journaling. And then I'm going to add the 5 on there. And then maybe some stickers in between that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And just see how I like it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this into a notch. So I'll add some really cool interest on there. And then I'm going to put the 5 right there. I think I'm going to adhere that with some foam dots. Let me see if there's any stickers that I can use. Okay, not really seeing anything there. And then over here, ooh, I like this heart. Let's follow like a heart pattern here. So if that's gonna go right there. All right, let's adhere this with some, well, let's just stick it right there. And then I'm gonna adhere this with some foam adhesive. I like to do everything in 3s. So as you notice, I had that strip, and then I had the sticker, and now I'm going to add the 5 that's cut out from paper on there. Okay. There you have it. So that's a collage right there. And then I'm going to work on something over here. And I really like the sticker over here that says "Just a Little Sunshine," because my daughter is a ball of sunshine. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere that with some foam adhesive. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything else on there but this, but we will see. I don't know if I can create a visual triangle on this page just because this accent is in the, this heart accent is in the center, but we will see. Okay, so I added that right there, and I'm looking at my page and I'm liking it. I don't think I want to add any more stickers, but what I do want to add is I want to add some more shine to it to repeat the glitter effect of the green letters. So I'm going to add some rhinestones, and this is from Kaiser Craft. And I'm going to use my tweezers. And I'm going to add, if it's going to come out, I'm going to add one right here for sure. So let's cover one of the hearts. You can see. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know if you can see that. There's one heart, one rhinestone. I cover the heart. And then I think I'm going to, okay, I'm going to add another heart right here. Add that on that smaller heart, and then I'm going to add a rhinestone. If it's going to come out, I'm going to add it right. You know what? I think I'm going to add a flower sticker or something on top of that. Let's see here. Let's use a green one. So what I'm doing is I'm adding the rhinestone on the sticker first, and then I'm going to add the sticker right here. You see, I put it just, tuck it just behind the Just a Little Sunshine. And then I think I'm going to add another flower here just so that it's even. Let's make it a big one, a brown one. And then I'm going to add the rhinestone again. This time I'm going to add a big one to match the size of that flower sticker. So you can see I did 3 collages again over on that side. And there is my page. Sweetheart, made with some punches and papers and fun stuff. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye.